folks at Forensics Detectors. I am Dr. Kodja, guest detector, and your combustion analyzer expert today, folks. Look what we have for you today. We have the 6 best combustion analyzers from Amazon, all priced under $900 and all targeting the same application, the same market. They are targeting the residential combustion analysis market, and that's why you've clicked right over here to see the differences, to see how they all compare, and to make an educated assessment on which one you should purchase. Why, folks? Because your cash in your pocket is valuable. You work hard for it. So not only are we going to look at these, but we're going to go through the pricing on Amazon. Everything I do here is related to Amazon pricing because I love Amazon personally. We could return things, buy things so fast, so easy these days in the modern life, and we are very thankful for them. Now, let's get straight to it, folks. So this is what we're going to do today. First and foremost, quick introduction. Great. Second, we're going to do an unboxing so you can see firsthand exactly as it comes what's inside, what are the features, what are the accessories, how they package. Okay, the third, folks, is a turn on, and we're going to play with it. We're going to operate the gadgets to see how they perform, how the buttons press, for example, what the menu features are. And fourth is an objective assessment to calibration gas. Bang, bang, right over here, folks. We got some combustion gas, a mixture of carbon monoxide and a mixture of oxygen and nitrogen, and we're going to put them through to see how they perform, the reaction times, the accuracy, and everything else. So you could see firsthand what's going on in a controlled environment, in a lab environment here at Forensics Detectors in Los Angeles. Now, I'd like to also add that, guys, there's no CO2 sensors, more the exotic sensors, no NOx sensors, SOx sensors, or anything like that. These are predominantly for residential purposes, which is you're looking at the oxygen levels and carbon monoxide. Okay, folks, that's the first thing. Now, there are some equations these guys actually do program to determine the CO2, the carbon dioxide, but they're not actually measuring carbon dioxide. Okay, folks, so let's get straight to it. Look, we have the Fieldpiece combustion check only oxygen sensor, has a built-in pump and probe. This guy has come in at $403 from Amazon. Next is the Bacharach, my favorite Fyrite intake. I've been using this for years. I love this guy. This guy has come in at $684. O2 carbon monoxide sensor, built-in pump, probe, and beautiful unit. It's proven itself over the many years it's been offered to us, folks. As you can see, nice cases, by the way, also. The Testo 310, another classic analyzer, folks. This guy's come in at $569. Oxygen and carbon monoxide, folks. Built-in pump and probes. Again, beautiful product. Now, up the front here are the Forensic Detectors alternatives that we have brought to market the past few years. We have our basic combustion analyzer. It detects carbon monoxide and oxygen. We have our residential combustion analyzer, very similar, but it has data logging. It has a color screen and a few extra bells and whistles, $335, and this guy here is $355. And in the middle, we have our professional, what I like to call the king in our lineup anyway, of combustion analyzer. It has a built-in pump. It has carbon monoxide, oxygen analysis, and data logging, folks, and a nice pistol grip probe. Okay, folks, and it comes in a waterproof case and a lot of other accessories. So these are the units we have, again, all targeting the residential analysis market for HVAC guys, for plumbers, for boiler technicians, for engineers and consultants. All these are great also. They can be used for ambient measurements, just in case you want to check the air quality coming out of a vent to analyze a cracked heat exchanger. This guy doesn't do that. This only has oxygen. So these 5 you can, except the Fieldpiece. Okay, so they are somewhat versatile. Not only are we looking at combustion flue gas, but they also assess ambient carbon monoxide and oxygen, folks. I think that's about it, folks. Look, let's get straight to it. Dr. Kaiser's in the candy store today. I hope you enjoy this instructional, this educational video just for you. Be well, be safe, and let's get going. See ya. Folks, here we are, the Fieldpiece SOX with oxygen sensor combustion check model, folks. Look at this beautiful, lovely package. Okay, let's go forward and take the lovely wrapping around. That is quite nice, actually. Put it in really think it's presented very professionally. The very robust case could definitely take a beating, and it should be okay. Okay, here are the clips. Just go ahead. I hope it's the right side up. Let's have a look. Yes, it is. Bang. There you go, folks. Very nice indeed. Look at that laser cut foam presentation. 10 out of 10. That looks beautiful. Now, let's get going. Look at this, folks. We have the analyzer here. We have the unit with its magnet. You could pop that on the appliance. Even comes with a little tool, and that I believe is for the battery cover or for your temperature calibration potentiometer right over here. Now let's turn that on. See what happens. Now I would like to add that I did place the battery in before we started because I noticed it comes with the battery disconnected, which makes sense. It makes sense because you want to conserve battery power when you have a product like this, okay? And so let's let that count down. You could hear the pump running, and in the little cap here is the sensor. It's the alpha sensor, folks, the O2A2. Okay, it's a very, very famous sensor, proven itself over the many years it's been available to us. So in terms of quality of sensor, one of the best on the markets, okay? 20.9, and the pump has stopped. If you want to take a measurement, the pump is on. Hold, pump is off. Pump is on, pump is off. Okay, let's just put that on the side for a minute and go through the accessories. Nice probe, look at that, nice long probe, nice long tubing. Let's take this off, unbuckle this guy, and you could simply have a look at that. That's quite long, isn't it, folks? Very, very nice indeed. We have our connector for the cap for the sensor right over here. Bang, and for the thermocouple right over here. Now this is nice because, as usual with these thermocouple connectors, these K connectors, they're quite nice where you can't put it in the wrong polarity. Okay, now we have our water trap and filter, which comes off quite nicely right over here. Okay, we have extra filters in the accessories and a nice thick O-ring there to make sure no diluted air comes in or gets leaked in. That would give us erroneous data points. Okay, folks, and that's basically the setup. Bang, bang, you're good to go. And that's how you take your combustion measurement and analysis. Now let's have a quick look over here with the accessories. Okay, you get yourself a few extra filters. You get yourself a nice fat O-ring for the water trap, just in case over the years it does get a little brittle. And you have your nut over here to pop on so that when you do put the probe in, it sits quite nicely in the hole you drill, and you could basically take your measurement in a nice civilized fashion. Okay, let's put that on the side and let's see what other goodies we got over here very quickly. Okay, let's go here. Let's see what is this. This is our certificate of conformity, just letting you know it is calibrated to niche traceable sources. Very good. In the serial number, no signature from an engineer, no date. Okay, interesting. A bit surprised to see that, to be honest. What's this? Another empty certificate of conformity. Must be extra piece we didn't need. What is this guy? Another little brochure, advertising, fieldpiece.com. Okay, just a generic brochure, that's fine. And what is this guy here? Fieldpiece. What is this? Let's have a look. Fieldpiecejoblink.com. Okay, fanbelt, good, added, good. Oh, just a little checklist. It gives you, I think it's an app or some type, to let you know what's going on and give you a heads up on what to do when you're on the job. And your return little postage thing here of Fieldpiece registration. And look, quick start. I love the quick starts. It's my favorite. I love the quick starts. It's the manual. Very basic manual over here, as you could see. Combustion, quick start description. Explains what the display is. Fuel type at the bottom. Temperature. And we have auto off, battery life, CO2, O2 tells you what it's displaying, and excess air or efficiency. Very good. Very good. Some qualifications, post-testing, testing, how to use pre-testing. Very good. I like it. Large font, so you can't go wrong. And we have some guidance on what the max CO2 values are. We have typical recommended flue gas measurements. Very nice indeed. Combustion basics, service, some of the products here. Center replacement, warranty. Very good, very good. Limited warranty, maintenance, and your specifications. Now the specs here, response time 2 minutes, and plus minus 3% O2, which is about right. It's about right. It's probably on the 0.3. I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. Accuracy, range, temperature, and everything. All the good stuff's here, folks. Very good, very good. Can't go wrong. That is quite nice indeed. Now let me just leave that open because as we're testing, I may want to see the specs, just so we see where we stand. Okay, folks. So as you could see, everything's there with what we expect. The cap, actually, we noticed that it came with it on the tubing. There's another cap here that could be plugged up to something else, or you could just use this just for ambient measurements, just checking up to the vent or doing what you need to do for an ambient measurement. You have a few options. That's why they probably give you the extra cap to put it on something else. But as for the probe, it's sort of fixed. It's not fixed. This is a barb top, so that can come off if you wish. That could just be pulled off. Now the tubing is quite nice. I think that feels like a bit of silicone tubing. It's quite nice and thick. The outer wall is quite thick, and we're still at 20.9, folks. Okay. Now, it's not uncommon for electrochemical sensors when you turn on and turn off, or when the pressure changes, for it to change a few tenths of percent. That's very normal, okay, folks? If we even just restrict it a little bit, see, it's sort of, a response to the pressure change, and that's very normal. Don't have to freak out about that. Now we have the backlight, quite nice. We have changing your fuel source, which allows you to obviously calculate different efficiencies. Okay, can you see that there? At the bottom we have a temperature cal potentiometer, and that little thing there is the exhaust. Okay, so the air comes in with the micro pump, it gets assessed by the sensor, comes through, and it pops out at the front here. Very good, very good. And again, this is your measure, hold, and you could see the little icon says hold. When I press it, it's on normal. Okay, up arrow is CO2 calculation, will not calculate because we're at ambient 20.9. Down arrow is condensate, and none, 70.6. Okay, there is some EA also. Okay, excess air. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to rig it up for a test to my calibration gas, which is right over here. Dr. Cos has carbon monoxide. We have carbon monoxide 100 ppm, oxygen at 10%, and we have nitrogen and carbon dioxide. Okay, folks, sort of mimicking a situation in a combustion. Although, of course, yeah, Dr. Cos, there should be more of this or more of that. That's fine. Now, certificate of analysis wasn't 100 ppm, it was 106. Although I ordered at 100, always check your COA with your gas cylinders to make sure you're looking for the exact amount. Okay, folks, so let me pause and come back. Okay, folks, so I've got my gas coming into my T-piece. T-piece is very important whenever you're testing. Let me put that on hold. A probe system, or gas detection system with a micro pump. You don't want to be forcing air in, or you don't want to be constricting air to the micro pump. You don't want to be stressing it either way, positive or negative, because there's a micro pump. It's set at a certain flow, and it should remain at that flow. So the way we can regulate that is with the T-piece, okay? If I bring in too much air, the excess will come out from this T-piece. If I don't bring enough air, it's going to be drawn into the pump. So in any situation, with this T-piece arrangement, as you can see, it goes over the end of the nozzle here of the probe, right over here. Dr. Cos put the right diameter on. It will be drawing enough air where it doesn't stress the pump, the micro pump, and it gives it the flow it needs, the sensor needs, to reduce the pressure differences and gives you a lot of noise. So that's the whole purpose here, folks. Okay, so Dr. Cos is going to turn on the pump. Let's keep our eyes on the digits here. See, every time we turn it on, it's going to be, let it just come to 20.9 and then we're good. Go from there. Okay, let me turn it on right now, 20.3. Okay, folks. So we've got about 0.3 to 0.5 litres per minute running through. And again, we're looking at 10% oxygen. Okay, let's come back a few seconds here so we could keep the video as short as possible. All right, folks, it's been a good 90 seconds here. And as you can see, the value is about 10.4, 10.3, went down to 10. So it's floating around there, which in my professional view is very good. We have a plus minus of about 0.3% accuracy or error as specified in the manual here. But it is floating around, and that's not uncommon for there to be some percent off, a few digits here and there, for many different reasons, which we could talk about in another piece. But for today, this is the measurement we're getting. And actually, I did check this prior to this video, and it was about the same mark, a little bit above the 10% target that we were looking for. Okay, we got here the Forensics Detectors Basic Combustion Analyzer, $339 on Amazon, and our website comes in a very nice aluminum carry case. Let's go forward and just unbox that guy right over here. Look, folks, you got your pack. As you could see straight away, we have all our administrative paperwork. Inside here, we have our sticker, Forensics Detectors, Dr. Cos, reminders, charge the battery, etc., etc. We have our calibration certificate with niche traceable sources signed and dated, folks, very important. And we tell you exactly what we have done, calibration points, and we go through a checklist of all the technical items. Okay, folks, so this is a nice calibration certificate that comes with every combustion analyzer, along with a very nice, easy to follow color manual. Look, it's my pet peeve getting black and white manuals, so Dr. Cos makes it a point with all our products. We have nice color glossy manuals, checklist ticked by the engineer that packed it, serial number, date, and signature again, folks, for double checking. Okay, let's put that on all the side, folks. Okay, let's continue. We have our analyzer. This is our analyzer that detects the carbon monoxide and oxygen, folks. This is the beauty. You just grab it and you can simply turn it on. Press the middle button. Okay, as that's turning on, that's the middle button, power button, and we have our sensors here. Only two sensors are being used. I repeat, carbon monoxide and oxygen for combustion analysis. As you could see, can you see that, folks? First line, oxygen. Second line, carbon monoxide. Then we have our COAF and our excess air. Okay, it's all there, one screen. You don't have to dial through or go to anything else. No, it's very easy. Dr. Cos wants things to be as easy as possible. Everything on one screen, all the key parameters. Okay, and we have our magnet at the back, our charging port, serial number on the back over here, folks, and it's simple as that. Okay, let's put that on the side. What else are you going to get? You get your combustion kit, the line, water trap, and filter. We're going to put that all together, so you'll see how all this comes together, folks. And our pump, a handheld pump. So this is unlike the other units. This does not have a built-in pump, folks, so it's two separate units. We have the analyzer and we have the pump. Now, typically, if something goes wrong with the pump, you just replace the pump. In other analyzers, when they're all built in together, you have to replace the whole thing. So that's why there is a slight advantage in having a separate pump. Sometimes you want to use this as an ambient or personal protection monitor. You can do that. So we're going to show you how all this gets set up. And we have our probe, a stainless steel probe that fits on the end of the pump. Right over here, folks. You see that? Okay. And that's what we do. And the pump is running, as you could hear it. If you want to stop it, you just press the middle button. And what else comes in the packet here, folks? Our USB charger, put that on the side, and our USB cable. Now, this is the mini cable, the mini version USB. Okay, it fits into the pump and it fits into the analyzer. So you just need one cable for both. Okay, now let's put all this together and let's see how it sets up. So you got a good understanding of what you're going to be buying and what to expect. Okay, so we have the charging cable. Let's put all that stuff on the side and let's just focus on what we need to undertake a combustion analysis. Okay, let's unwind all these guys here. Okay, I've unwinded the tubing, and this is the basic setup, folks. So go to your bag, and in the bag you'll have two items. One is the screw, so grab the screw and grab the cap, and simply just go ahead and screw on the calibration cap. That's what we call it, calibration cap, onto the detector, just like so. So this allows the air to go to the sensors and to be analyzed. Okay, it's very important. Keep it nice and tight. And then people usually say, "What's this, Dr. Cos?" Well, this fits on the end of the stainless steel probe. So if you're going to undertake a combustion analysis, usually we drill a hole into the B-type flue, but in this case you don't need it. This is only used for ambient measurements, so you're not worrying about the end cutting someone or doing anything that is harmful. And in addition, this tip serves as a barb, so you could put another tube onto that to go further, to extend, or to put another little probe. So that's why we have this nipple over here. Not many people need it for combustion analysis, but we do put in there just for your requirements, if required. Okay, so that's the pump. Then we have it. So let's go back to the analyzer. We have the cap on with the screw. It goes through the filter, water trap, and then we want to put it at the bottom of the pump. Okay, and that's basically it. So, and it's very important, folks, not to rush this. I'm rushing because I've got a bit of a video going on here, but when you're doing it, make sure all your connections are very tight. And I have to do that now because we're going to test this guy. You're going to see it running. So let's repeat what's going on here. We have a pump. You're going to pop this in the flue. Air gets drawn through the pump, through the tubing, into the water trap. If there's any condensation, it'll get trapped over here. Any oxidizing gases will get trapped into the charcoal and the pebbles over here to soak up all the moisture, and further goes onto the sensors. Okay, folks, so that's the setup. Air through and then onto the analyzer. It's called a basic residential analyzer, folks. And you could see why, because there's no bells or whistles, there's no additional menu items or anything like that. This can be calibrated with your own gas, so you can do that, not a problem at all. And we have videos on how to calibrate this guy. Okay, so we're going to move on to testing this setup, folks, and let's see how it compares. What we're going to do is get our T-piece again, okay? We're going to pop that on the end, and everything we do is right on the end of all the probes, so we could take into consideration the whole setup, folks. We're not cheating over here. We're doing this properly as it should be done. Okay, so that's the setup. Intake is here. We've got the T-piece, and I'm going to pop my tubing straight from my gas cylinder onto the other end of this T-piece. Okay, folks. So again, you can see what's going on. We've got our gas bottle over here, our synthetic combustion gas coming in. Any excess air will go out. If there's not enough air, it's going to get drawn in, but I obviously want to put more air so it can escape, and whatever else is drawn and provided to the micro pump in this handheld unit. Okay, then it's expelled at the bottom. It goes through the water trap, the filters, and onto the analyzer. That's the way it works. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the gas and we're going to see where it takes us. Okay, I've just turned on the gas and we're going to see the numbers starting to climb and the oxygen going down. Okay, folks. I'm going to pause it and come back once it's stabilized, because it could take about a minute or so. Okay, here we are with the basic setup. We're seeing the CO pretty much on the mark here. The bottle, again, I emphasize, is 106 ppm of carbon monoxide. We're actually overshooting a little bit with our setup. The oxygen is 10%, and we're overshooting on the oxygen, about 11%. Still going down a little bit, but it's in that region, definitely within specification, and definitely more than acceptable when it comes to a combustion measurement. As we could see now, you can also see the COF being calculated and the excess air being calculated on the run continuously. So as the digits change from the sensor, you see the COAF and excess air being recalculated. Okay, folks, as you can see, going 10.9, 10. It's been about already a minute since I've put the gas on, but it takes about a good minute for it to stabilize, and that's what we recommend in the instructions of this basic combustion analyzer setup, folks. So there you go, not bad. On the mark, on the oxygen's a bit off. It's about 0.9% off what it should be. The bottle again is 106. We're getting about 110 or so, a little bit over, but that's okay. Still within, again, specification. Look, folks, I hope that makes sense. It gives you a better look at the unboxing, the contents, and how it operates, and that's basically it. Very simple. Let's go to the next one. Next, folks, the most professional combustion analyzer by Forensics Detectors. This is it, folks. Check it out. Rain, hail, or shine. This amazing waterproof case will take care of you. Go ahead, unbuckle, bang. Look, folks, thick O-ring. That's why it's water resistant. That's why it's waterproof. Let's move forward straight away to your manual packet with calibration certificate. Pop all those nice things out, and you can see your sticker. Oh, there it goes, your sticker. Then you can see a message from Dr. Cos, some important reminders. Change the battery, charge the battery, make sure you calibrate, etc., etc. Now look, folks, quality control and calibration certificate, signed by an engineer, date, stamped, niche traceable source, very important. USA gas is used to calibrate this in the United States, Los Angeles, California. We go through all the check items, technical items. You want to make sure you know what was done in preparation to your analyzer. Okay, folks, gives good user confidence and good communication vehicle. As I always mention, nice color manual, folks, step by step. We're not skimping here. Okay, folks, bang, bang, bang. And it's all here self-explanatory. We know not many people read it, but it is easy to read. That's why we do all these tutorial videos and demonstration videos, okay? Tick, tick, all the list, serial number, signature, and date by the engineer that packed the unit. Okay, folks, bang, let's put that on the side. Now let's take the mama of all mamas when it comes to analyzers, This is our Model 600 Combustion Analyzer with built-in pump. It has a built-in pump, color screen, as you could see, large buttons so you don't have to mess around. Has a magnet at the back. On top is the barb where you pop in your tube. On off is very easy. And you have your charging port right there, folks, okay? So let that prepare, let that come on, and you could see that counting down. Okay, what else is here, folks? We have our charger, we have our micro cable right over here. Just pop it on and you could charge your unit. Actually, the unit comes with a massive 3,200 milliamp hour battery, lithium polymer battery, very, very large. This will be on and will go on for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. People love it. Our customers love it. Now, we have our combustion line kit, very important. Let's unwind this guy. And we have our pistol grip probe. This is Dr. Cuz's. He loves this probe. Look at this. You pop it in, you drill your hole. Again, bang, you put it in your flue. And make sure, guys, look, anytime you're messing around with flue, make sure you're not going to burn yourself or do things, do that, do this. Probes are always stainless steel or metal. Make sure you're using a glove. And at the bottom, we have the barb. Okay, so very easy. And again, Dr. Coz's philosophy is not to make it complicated for our customers. We know customers are tech savvy. We want them to understand the products they're using. So we're not fixing things or using proprietary connectors or anything funky. Just simple barbs are more than sufficient, folks, okay? So here we are. We have the barb. It connects onto the end of the water trap, okay? It grabs all that condensation coming straight from the flue. And the other end, the gas goes through the filter here with charcoal and moisture pellets. And then the other end goes onto the analyzer. And that's the way it works, okay? That's the kit. I emphasize again and again, make sure every connection is good. You could block it and you could see the resistance of the pump, okay? Now, we've turned this guy on. And let's zoom in a little bit here. Okay, we've zoomed in, we've turned it on, and as you could see, carbon monoxide 0, oxygen 20.9 ambient, and this is our Model 600. Has many features, folks. Data logging, graphing, you could change alarms, you could calibrate, you could do everything you need. Okay, please read the instructions or see its own. We have a video on its own tutorial and demonstration. What we're going to do now is we're going to put a T-piece on, we're going to expose it to gas and see what numbers we get for a comparison so you can see how it works. Okay, check it out, folks. So just connect the T-piece onto the probe, the pistol grip probe, and coming into our analyzer. I'm going to turn on the gas right now, the same gas we've been using, and we're going to see where the numbers take us, folks. It's going to, again, I'm going to pause it for about 60 seconds and we're going to see where the numbers take us, okay? I'll be back. All right, folks, we're back. It's been about a good minute, and as we could see, we have oxygen 11% and going down. Carbon monoxide on the mark, 106 is in the bottle, and we're getting 106, 107 on the analyzer, folks. COAF is calculated, and so is EA. Again, all on one screen. Dr. Coz loves everything on one screen, folks, okay? Now, that's what we have, again, within specifications, within reasonableness of a combustion analysis. Nothing that's out of the ordinary now. Beyond that, again, the advantage of this professional unit is it has the built-in pump like the Testo, like the Bacharach, and it's unlike our basic and residential meter. They are separate units with pump and analyzer, so it's up to you how you want that. Now, this is, again, sold on Amazon, $4.99 on Amazon, $4.99 on our website. It's a bit more pricey because it's got all the extra bells and whistles and everything's built in one unit, which obviously the integration of that is more expensive, okay, folks? So I hope that all makes sense. Testo 310 residential combustion analyzer, folks, purchased again from Amazon. We purchased this guy late July. Now it's early August for $569, folks. Okay, let's get straight to it, folks. All right, let's see also something over here. Well, this is nice because it tells you all the tech specs right on the back here, folks. Very elegant indeed. All right, let's get this guy up. All right, this is a little. All right, wow, this looks like a very rigid, high quality case, I must say. It does have a little bit more of an elaborate feeling than the Fieldpiece and the Bacharach, so that is a very nice thing to see. Okay, bang, that's what we see here, folks. Let me try and zoom out here so you could see everything that I see. Okay, well, we have some paperwork to deal with. Okay, let's go forward. Let's go forward. Okay, we have a color manual. I love color manuals, folks. Oh, just the covers manual, color. Just the manual is color, but the rest is black and white. Okay, I better not get too excited. Okay, that's fine. It is what it is, but at least we get a nice, strong, thick cover. I like that. Why does Dr. Cos say this? Because this will last longer than a typical standard black and white regular manual, folks. Oh, this is very nice also. Look, a very detailed calibration certificate with what actually happened, the reference, the actual value of calibration and their permissible deviation, what qualifies. So they, in other words, they put 100 ppm, they'll get 102. They put CO at 702, they get 701. So they look also for the linearity, which is very, very nice. Likewise, for the O2, they do a 0.0, we get 0, and 2.5, 2.5, very elegant. Now, again, as I've said, it would be nice if they had a nice signature here from a real engineer and a date. Where is the date here, folks? Do we see a date? I don't see a date, so I don't know if this was performed 2 years ago, 2 weeks ago, or 2 months ago. Oh, here we go. Yes, we see a date, 2021, and this is Euro style, folks. 3 means March, 17 is the day, okay? You could see that. Let's zoom in over here, folks, okay? There it is. The date's at the bottom. I don't know why they're hiding it at the bottom. There should be a nice stamp with a signature and tell people to show them. Give them confidence, folks. That should be up the top in bold. Okay, I'm a big fan. Communicate these value adds, and that's how it looks like, folks. Just again, for the record, that is the certificate. Very, very detailed. It's probably one of the more detailed calibration certificates. We see the pressure, temperature, and everything else, when it was and how it was calibrated and under what conditions. Okay, let's move on next. All right, this is stuck a little bit. Let's move forward here. Okay, what do we have here? This is, what is this? Worldwide terms of warranty, etc., etc. Okay, again, this is a German company, folks, so they do translate in many different languages, which is nice. We have some filters. We have our nut, and what are these guys at the bottom here? Oh, we're going to find out what those little things are also. Okay, we'll get to that. No problem. Okay, there's quite a lot here. Wow, this is a very nice tubing at the end of the probe. I'm sure there's a good reason for that. So we're going to find out what that is. And here's the nice analyzer, folks. Wow, this is a lovely piece. Does that turn on straight away? Let's give it a go. Yes, it does. So no 9-volt battery needed. No charging needed. We see the magnets at the back and everything else. Now, area code. Obviously, we have to go through some settings. Let's go next. Let's go next. Let's go next. Let's all go next. Can we just skip all this and go next? Assuming I'm dyslexic, of course. But no, we have to. Okay, we'll read the basic startup, but I'm more curious to see what's in the box here since this is the unboxing part of the video. So let's go forward. What do we have here? We have chargers, we have converters. Anywhere in the world, we're going to be able to take care of that. So we have the basic adapter here, and obviously with this, we can convert it to any country. Okay, folks, so these guys obviously manufacture this or prepare this for any part of the world, which is quite nice. That's quite nice. Okay, that is quite nice. There we are. Any country. We have US, Europe, UK, Australia, and Asia. What do we have here, folks? Our data cable, recharge cable, I assume. Yes, it is. We have a micro USB. Very nice indeed. And we could put that on the side. Okay, let's just, Dr. Cos is going to pause and just clean up. Okay, folks, we're back live here. Now, what I did was, Dr. Cos just went through the basic setup, and I just kept pressing OK. I didn't want to waste anyone's time, but here we are on the main display screen, and here's the probe, and here's the extra tubing, obviously, that came with it, and it was sort of attached on the end of the probe here. I'm wondering what use that would be, but anyway, obviously I have to read the manual and see what's going on with that. But we have our oxygen and carbon monoxide. 20.9, it's a great start. 0 ppm is a fantastic start. In the middle, we have our start-stop button, which is quite nice, and that's probably our backlight, which you could see. Let me zoom in so we could see what's going on here a little bit better. Okay, start and stop, print button, escape button, start, Bang. Okay, and what I've seen that's different here is that this guy is fixed. I don't see a way of actually removing this. So that is fixed. Definitely the 2 wires for the thermocouple is there. No question about that. And I would assume so is the air. Yes, it is. The air pump is there because I'm just dragging it through and I know it's all connected. Okay. So air is going through this. So this is an integrated cable. Very, very nice. Very elegant. There is some weight to it, but let's assume something happened. That's all fixed, folks, okay? It's all fixed. We can't start popping it off any barbs or anything. This is fully integrated, folks. The only thing the user can do is obviously remove this guy to clean out the water trap and filter that's here. And this is sort of like a valve stopper, I would presume. And that's basically it, okay? So that's the way it works. And this is the tip. You see the thermocouples in there. And that's basically the setup, okay, folks? And again, we're looking at this unboxing as very basic things, and first impressions count, okay? All right, folks, yes, this is very important. Actually, I didn't realize, but the Testo, the advantage is it does differential pressure measurement, folks. That's huge. So in other words, this is used for your differential pressure measurement. You pop it on, and that will determine the pressure difference between the end of this tubing once attached, and I believe the other part would be the other port that's on this unit, folks. So that is an advanced feature that I think none others that we're comparing today has. So that is definitely a plus. And I also misspoke. The water trap is over here, folks. So we have our particulate filter, but the condensation, actually the water trap is trapped, integrated within this unit. And obviously there's a funky way of taking that out and removing the water. But I'm not going to get that far today. But nevertheless, here we are. Okay, we're going to move on, folks. Next, we're going to perform our measurement to calibrated gas. Let's see how that goes. Okay, folks, here we are. We've got the T-piece all set up. I'm going to turn on the gas right now. Let me do that. And let's see where that takes us, folks. Okay, I'll give it a few seconds. I'm going to put on pause and let's see where that ends up. Okay, folks, here we are. Again, I just want to remind people, we're dealing with calibrated gas, niche traceable, 10% oxygen is in the gas coming in, and 106 ppm in my carbon monoxide. And check it out, folks, very impressive. It's going to hit it, 106, bang, spot on, 10.7% for the oxygen. It's a little lagging, okay, folks? Now, that's very impressive, right on the mark, folks. That gets me excited. Again, we've got the calibration gas bottle right over here, coming through the T-piece, through the probe, and then registering the oxygen and carbon monoxide. Now, of course, we could go in and look at the CO2 and the COF and everything else, but these are the raw sensor values. That's what we care about. If this is incorrect or inaccurate, everything else will be. That's why Dr. Cos focuses on these two parameters in these demo videos, okay, folks? So that's impressive. I don't have anything else to say on the Testo. I'm very impressed. High quality. It really is impressive European quality. Now, my only pet peeve is, of course, all these contrast on this manual is a little bit iffy and everything else. But, you know, Dr. Cos is not going to get thorny about that type of stuff. It's a nice package. I love the differential pressure measurement. You get your data cable and everything else. And I really, really like the calibration certificate. It gives you a lot of data. It gives you confidence as a consumer what's going on. And as you can see, bang on, and the CO's bang on. Move on. This is the Forensics Detectors Residential Combustion Analyzer, folks. Look, it comes in a aluminum case. Just go ahead, unbuckle, and pop open. Folks, straight away you will see your combustion kit on top. Just put that on the side for now. And we'll go straight to the paperwork. The little pack here has our nice paperwork. It has the following, folks. Your Forensics Detector sticker. You have a message from Dr. Cos. All the fun stuff. Please read it. we go further and see the calibration certificate, folks. This analyzer comes with a nice calibration certificate, signed and dated by the engineer. We have our niche traceable stamp, and we got a list of items that has been checked. Okay, folks, you may want to read this. It's a nice calibration certificate. Keeps everything transparent, folks. It's very important to give the customer confidence in what's been done, and we try and communicate that with this quality inspection certificate and calibration certificate. Okay, next, folks. Again, we move forward, and again, Dr. Koz isn't going to repeat himself, but he loves color manuals, so he does it with all his products. We have a nice combustion analyzer manual, user manual for this unit. We have the checklist serial number, and again, signature and date from the engineer that packed the unit and tested it. Okay, folks, again, it gives you confidence. I love communicating with the customer to let them know what we've done, what we haven't done, and to sign it off. Now, inside this pack, of course, is two other things that we will get to, and I'll just put those on the side. Now, look, folks, this is our residential combustion analyzer. Okay, now, let's just turn that on. It's our blue unit, what I call the blue unit. It has quite a few bells and whistles, okay? Now, look, it's this is our basic unit. This is the residential unit. This is basic. This has data logging. It has graphing. It has a color screen, as you could see. It has a lot of advanced menu features. Okay, folks. You could change a lot of different things. Now, we're not going to do that here and waste time doing that, but please look at its own. I have a video on this unit itself, so you could see how that all works, or read the manual, okay, folks? But that's the difference. They do exactly the same sensors, same operation. We have oxygen, carbon monoxide, as you could see, and COAF and excess air, EA, all on one nice screen. Okay, same with this guy. There's no difference. There absolutely is no difference. Now, again, we sell this pack here for $3.59 on Amazon and on our website. It's a great pack. Now, I will repeat, this is just the analyzer. Okay, as you could see, it has 4 holes for 4 sensors, but we're only using 2, oxygen and carbon monoxide. At the back, you have your magnet to pop on to your appliance when you're testing, and you have your power port, your USB port, and your serial number at the back here, folks. And it's a very nice feel, this unit. Okay, now we'll continue going on. We have our pump. It's a separate unit again, and the probe. You just go ahead and screw the stainless steel probe on the end of the pump, just like so. Okay, so the end result is the pump with the probe. Okay, you could press the middle button. That's how we turn it on. And there it goes. Okay, so let's put that on the side, and let's continue to see what else is in this packet. Okay, we have our charger, USB charger, 1 amp, 5 volts, and again, we have our mini cable. Pop in the pump, pop in the analyzer. It's your standard mini cable. They both take the same input. So let's put all that on the side, folks. Okay, and when you're done, you could use the case to house it. Okay, so let's just put everything on the side over here. Let me clean up for a minute. Okay, now look, let me explain a few things. The pack has a nipple. You could pop that on the end of the pump, and you could then pop another tube or probe or anything else. It's just another barb nipple here. You will not need this for your combustion analysis, okay, folks? That's just extra for you. In combustion analysis, you're going to drill your hole and pop the probe into your flue, and you're going to take your sample, okay, folks? That's the way it works. Now, with this combustion kit that we have about in total about 2.5, 3 feet in length of tubing. As you can see, it's much shorter than the others that we've unpacked from Bacharach, Testo, and the others, because, you know, I want to keep it small as possible. Another pet peeve of mine is having a big case and everything's big and it's all flopping around, and I've used this for many years. And one of my pet peeves, personal, was I've never needed the length that was provided by all these larger companies. So I've shortened it, and if you do need it longer, look, folks, the good news is it's all barbed. There's no proprietary funky type of connections. Just get another silicone tubing from Home Depot or Lowe's and take it as long as you want. Not a problem. But when it comes to you, it's in this sensible length. Okay, folks? Now, you saw what happened here. The calibration cap is right here. You're going to pop it on with the nut. Make sure it's nice and tight, okay? Then the other end goes onto the pump at the bottom here. Okay, that's the outlet, folks. Air is coming out, it's getting drawn at the end, and it's coming out at the bottom. Put that on very nicely, nice and tight. Okay, that's another, again, I emphasize, It's an important part. We need every connector to be sound, to be leak-free. If there's any leakage anywhere, always inspect. Always inspect no matter which model you have, okay? It must be leak-free, otherwise you're gonna have dilution effects going on. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Let me explain very simply. Air is being drawn. That's our combustion. Air will be drawn through the pump. It'll be coming out the bottom to your water trap through the filter. We have charcoal here and moisture filter, okay? It'll be expelled into the cap to the analyzer to be assessed by the carbon monoxide and oxygen sensor. Then you will see the COF, EA, O2 and CO be presented instantaneously, okay folks, instantaneously. Now let's zoom in, and we're going to be providing some gas, our synthetic combustion gas, and we're going to see how this guy responds. Okay, we're ready to go, folks. As you can see, I've got the T-piece at the end of that probe. We got our gas bottle right over here, ready to go. We're going to turn it on, and we're going to see where it takes us, okay? You're going to see the numbers starting to change. I'm going to start zooming in, and I'll be coming back about 60 seconds. Okay, folks, it's been about 60 seconds or so. As we could see, we got about 110 carbon monoxide. We got about 10.9% oxygen. The bottle, again, for reference, CO is 106. The O2 is 10, so we're a bit above the O2 and we're a bit above overshooting on the carbon monoxide, folks, okay? Now, that may obviously go up a bit, go down a bit, but within specification and within reasonableness of a combustion analysis in the areas that are acceptable, okay, folks? Now, that may actually plateau out, that is the oxygen, to about 10.8 or 10.7, but that's what we have. And very nice color screen, as you could see. We can go to the menu as it's going, or do some more elaborate graphing, and I'll leave that to you for next time. Okay, folks, look, I hope that all makes sense. We're going to move on to the next unboxing, folks. Let's do it. Here we are with the Bacharach Fyrite intake. Look at this beauty, folks. It is marvelous. Very strong case, as we could see. And this is a famous unit that I personally have been using for years. Let's just go ahead and unbox this guy. As we could see, we've got the double clippers here. Let's just go and open up this beauty. See, no foam, guys, just a bit of foam here. But straight away, that's what I like to see. A human wrote down this number, the part number, and the date. So today is early August. We purchased this from Amazon just 2 weeks ago. Late July, but we have a calibration 3rd, very early of March of 20. That's weird. That's in 20. That's already over 1 1/4 year gone, guys. That's just concerning. That's not good, guys. So that's the problem when you do purchase from Amazon. You'd want to call the seller to make sure what they're giving you. I would not do that. This is not good. This is not good. Actually, this is something good for you guys. Again, this is why we do these videos, to see what actually you get and what's on the mark here. Okay, folks. Again, this is the Bacharach Fyrite Residential Combustion Analyzer. Okay, and we bought this for $684 from Amazon. So you have to be careful not only what you're buying, but who you're buying it from, because it may not be Bacharach's fault, but they sell it to other folks that then pass it on to you, middlemen. Okay, folks? And this is the reason why. There you go, 20. We're in the year 21 here, folks. This is over 12 and 3. It's over 15 months old, so that is concerning. But anyway, let's go forward and let's see how that impacts things. Okay, we got that guy. Next, let's keep going forward and let's pick up the pace here so we don't start snoozing off. Okay, next we have our nice black and white manual from Bacharach. Okay, bang. Then what else do we have? Some batteries. Okay, bang. We have the Be Smart Sensors recalibration program. Bang. Okay, warranty card. Warranty card. Now, what's the warranty here? It's probably past if it's 12 months because the unit's so old. Okay, nevertheless, quick start guide 2016. Okay, hasn't been updated in 5 years. Okay, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything, but it is what it. I love these quick start guides, folks. Again, I'm a big fan of Bacharach, but this is a seller situation when it comes to the certificate. I haven't recovered from that shock, but anyway, nevertheless, let's keep moving forward. Now look at this beauty, guys. Here it is, the beautiful unit. Okay. Now, as you could see, in the old days, they didn't sell them with these extra protectors. So it looks like they're selling them now with these additional protectors, which is quite nice. There's an extra protector there. Wow, that is quite impressive. What is in there? Is it some type of filter or something like that? Not sure. Oh, that's a magnet. I see. Yes, in the old days, they would sell it like this, but now they have this holder with a magnet. Let me confirm. Yes, it is a magnet. I'll just put that on some iron. And that is indeed a magnet. Okay, let's put that on the side. So as we could see, and there is the battery compartment. Over here, folks, 1, 2, 3, 4 AAA batteries. And we have our O2 and CO sensor right over there. Beautiful unit, guys. I'm a big fan. Okay, great hardware. Let's see what else we have over here, folks. Let's keep going. Interesting. I haven't seen that before. It's like a little compartment in there. Okay, that's nice. And this is the traditional Bacharach Pro, and they have the thermocouple at the end right over here. And we have our connectors, and we have, see, that's the problem also. That was my pet peeve with these tubes. They sort of kink. The silicone type, the thick silicone don't kink, and that's also because the hose wall is a little thin too. So we have got the water trap and the particulate filter there, and this is quite a nice system. It is quite bulky, and that's again from personal use of this for years. It's just on the heavy side and the lengthy side, but nevertheless, it is what it is, and it has stood up the test of time, and people do like them. It does its job quite well, but I would prefer the silicone tubing. That's my personal preference. Okay, let's put that on the side and crank him on. Okay, folks, I just put the batteries in, just put in the back cover, and just take note, we have some grills here, so the exhaust is actually coming out from the back grills here. Just if you were curious, that's where the exhaust is coming out from. So when we do put the additional cover, let's do that, because I want to test it as it should be with all the accessories. That's how it looks like. And when you power on, just press the bottom button right there, and bang, that should start turning on. Now let's take off this Be Smart, and let's crack him open. Okay, it goes through a 60-second warm up, and we will come back once that's going. Okay, folks, we just got the countdown down, and as you saw it, we got the start up, and we're getting errors. So this is basically saying the thermocouple is disconnected and set clock. So that's what you see if you don't connect things. Okay, I'm going to connect it up right now. Let's go for it, and then we'll see what happens to the errors. Okay, let's just connect everything up as it should be. Bang. As you can see, the ports are at the bottom here. We've got our data cable, we have our barb for the air intake, and we have our thermocouple temperature connector right there. That goes in quite nice. And let's press menu, middle button. And let's see where we stand. Let's just get out of here from it. Let's go to escape. Okay, good. This is good news. So we're back in the main display screen. I'm going to run the pump here. But the nice thing is 20.9, 20.8, even after 15 months, the oxygen is still very good. I think there's an auto calibrate when it does power up. So it's always going to read 20.9, which is very nice. And, you know, again, even my personal unit sort of fluctuates from 0, 1 or 2 ppm, and that's very normal on these units, okay? Scrolling down, we see all the various parameters on the end here. Let me zoom in a little here. So we have O2, CO, efficiency, CO2 calculated, temperature of the stack, temperature of the ambient air, and excess air parameters. And then we have CO and O, that's our COAF, okay folks? And that's basically what the main display screen shows you. And what we have here is backlight, we have stop and start, we have natural gas selected, and obviously you could play with the parameters if you go into the advanced functionality there. But I do want to mention something here that I didn't see in the Fieldpiece and some others, is that there's a nice diagram showing you the T-piece that's needed when you do calibrate or test. And I'm a big fan of these diagrams. It's quite nice because I know Bacharach, their engineers, they're a top-notch, and they think about these very important aspects. Always a T-piece with a micro pump, folks, as Dr. Cuz advocates. Alright folks, we can go forward here and just turn on the gas for our road test, so to speak. So let's just go ahead and turn on the gas over here. And something I do want to mention, and that is the following, folks. You know, this kink is concerning, and just be wary when you do buy these instruments that you don't want this kink to create a problem when you're out in the field, because as I've just been moving it around, it has been kinking over and restricting their air supply. So keep that on your periphery. You know, you could tape it up and do a few things to prevent that. You know, just sort of with your instrumentation or with your toolbox, you know, tape it up and give it some type of rigidity there. But just keep track of that. You don't want to be out in the field performing a combustion, and that's annoying you. It's giving you some funky type of data points. Okay, so again, we have our gas bottle, okay, right over here, 10% O2, 106 ppm, and we have our T-piece as recommended. Okay folks, and let's see where this takes us. Now again, the concerning point here is that it's 15 months old. I could see the CO has sort of come plateau at 83 ppm and 10.6% on the oxygen. Okay, now that's, you know, we recommend, from forensics anyway, we recommend from 6 to 12 months to have these sensors calibrated. And that's good practice, and everyone else, you know, other manufacturers also recommend the same, especially when we're dealing with electrochemical cells. So as you could see, the digits aren't changing. It is what it is, 10.6, 83 ppm. I'm sure somewhere here the specifications, I'm sure the O2 is probably within spec, but the CO is out of spec. Again, I would put that down to the age, and it hasn't been calibrated for a while. But I'm not going to bore you with this or extend this part out, but that's what's going on, folks. So again, it's a great lesson, and that's why we do these videos. Watch out, guys, on this Bacharach. As we saw, look, an old date. That's why we're not getting the accuracy one expects. It doesn't knock Bacharach. Actually, I'm a little upset with the seller that sold this to me. It is probably not a Bacharach problem. It is a seller problem. But again, these are the things that we're talking about. Look, let's move on to the next product. Be well. Again, this is the Bacharach Fyrite Intake Residential Combustion Analyzer, and we purchased this guy for $684 on Amazon. All right, folks, we're going to do a quick wrap up of the combustion analyzers that we just reviewed. We did 6, and let's go through them very quickly so we could summarize. First was the Fieldpiece. Very nice package, $394 on Amazon, but it only does oxygen. It has the thermocouple, so it also does efficiency and others, and it's a great unit. That's why they call it the combustion check. It will check your combustion. It's a very nice unit. It's proven itself, folks. Great reviews on Amazon, so you don't need me to tell it it's bad or good or anything. Read what people have to say. Next was the Testo 310. It's been around for years. It's a beautiful unit. It hit the mark on oxygen, on carbon monoxide, 106 ppm. Oxygen was 10.7% volume of oxygen. A little bit off, but nevertheless, within the ballpark of not bad at all. It does carbon monoxide, oxygen. It calculates CO2 and efficiency. Again, it has the thermocouple at the end of the probe, so it does your combustion efficiency if that's what you want. It came in on Amazon at $646. It's the second most expensive. The first most expensive was the Bacharach Fyrite Intake. Now, the Testo has the built-in integrated water trap, and it has the nice probe. It was all integrated, so if you want to play around, or if something goes wrong or something gets blocked, you can't take it apart. It's all fully integrated, and that comes with its pros and cons. Personally, for me, being an engineer and a tech geek, I want to be able to get in and see what's going on just in case something happens, but that's just me. The calibration certificate that it came with was 4 to 5 months old. That's too long for me. I accept up to 2 months, maybe 3 months, depending. But 4 to 5 months, again, I put some responsibility on the seller. I put responsibility on Testo. You must control your sequence when it comes to the supply chain. So it's very important to think about that, folks. Think about who you're buying it from. And God bless us, we have Amazon. We can return it back if we are not happy. No problem. Next is Bacharach, the Bacharach Fyrite Intake. I've been using personally for many years. I love the unit. It's very good, very reliable, very accurate. But we experienced something that we should all keep on our radar. The calibration came in over 15 months old. It was jaw-dropping stuff. My reaction was unbelievable. Oh my God. Anyway, check it out. That's something we all have to be aware of. Again, calibration, what we're buying, is it old? Has it been sitting on the shelf, on the seller's shelf for some time? Look, again, I put the responsibility on the seller and on Bacharach. Again, they have to check who's selling what. It's their baby. They have to check the boxes, make sure you're not selling something old. Otherwise, you're not going to be my seller of my product. That's the way I run my business, folks. We have to be careful. Now, look, the tubing had a kink in it, as you saw next to the water trap and filter. I've used that setup myself personally for many years. I know it's not as flexible as a full 100% silicone tube. I would improve that personally. That kink can cause problems. Anytime you change the pressure in an analyzer with a built-in pump, you're going to get some variability. So you don't want any kinks. Changing the pressure will change some numbers. It will come to stability a few seconds later, but you don't want to be messing around like that, okay, folks? We want to reduce those problems. Okay, so we did the Fieldpiece, we did the Bacharach, talked about the Testo. Okay, the professional Forensics Detectors unit, which is my baby, of course, hit the mark on carbon monoxide. Oxygen was a bit high, 10.9. The Testo actually was 10.7. But within reasonableness, very, very good. Nevertheless, we sell it for $4.99 on Amazon and on our website. It has the pistol grip probe, that Dr. Coz that I designed, and everything else has a built-in pump, carbon monoxide and oxygen. It does not calculate CO2. It calculates your EA, your excess air. It calculates your COAF. It doesn't have a thermocouple, so it will not tell you the combustion efficiency. If that's what you want, I would say buy the Testo. Well, actually, I would say buy the Fieldpiece. It's cheaper, $3.94. So again, depends on what you want, what you're trying to achieve, and the depth of your pocket, folks. It's a function of money. Now, the professional unit, as I mentioned, $4.99 on Amazon and on our website. Now, then we have our basic unit, the cheapest one that's in our list is $3.39. It measures carbon monoxide, it measures oxygen, it calculates COAF and EA. Great unit, but again, the negative is it's a pump and an analyzer, separate units. It's not built in, so you're messing around with two different units. That's fine. It's a cheap, lowest price point, but there is an advantage. If the pump goes out, you just have to rebuy the pump some years later, and that costs $80 or so. So there is an advantage in not integrating them all together. Likewise, with the blue version, the residential combustion analyzer comes in at $3.59 on our website and on Amazon, and that is exactly the same sensors, same everything, but it has graphing, it has data logging. We know many people out there that do research and development, that do data logging for their customers. Guys, the printer thing has gone. People want emails. Take a picture of the screen of your analyzer and send it to customers. You're not going to lose the paper. The ink will not fade. We've moved on from those printer days, folks. I hate to say it. I know you don't want to hear it, but be more professional. Send your clients the screenshot through your email system. It'll be in your sent folder forever. It'll be in their inbox forever. I guarantee it. You're not going to lose that piece of paper. And when those papers stay on those appliances, in the basement, in the garage, they fade. The ink fades. It's hard to read over the many years they go past. So we have to move on from the printers. That's why at Forensics Detectors we don't offer any printer, no connectivity to the printer, and that's just my little 20 cents in that department. I know many old timers are gonna go against that, but folks, we have to come with the times. I hate to say it, but that's the truth. That's the truth. Okay, folks, look, that's what I've got. I hope you've enjoyed this ultimate guide, ultimate review, expert opinion. It's my opinion, folks. If you have any comments, it's a free world. Comment down below on YouTube or send us an email. Tell us if you liked it or not. Give me a call. I love to talk about this stuff. Till then, be well, be safe. See you soon.